Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the top 10 shortstops in MLB The Show 20. Now, what I will say about these shortstops is this is probably the deepest position within the infield, as well as some of these guys should probably be playing third base or second base in your lineup if you're not using one of the guys from the top 10 listed third baseman or second baseman that we've already gone over. These are also some of the rangiest infielders within the game, and that really factors into whether or not they're going to be a great shortstop, and I'll kind of go over that when I'm going over the list here for the top 10. Before we do that, please hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you know whenever I'm uploading more videos. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. Let's get into it. Honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is the Signature Series Jimmy Rollins. And essentially, the reason Rollins even makes honorable mentions is I don't think he's a top-tier shortstop in the game right now, but he does have an absolutely glitchy swing, and he's a switch hitter that a lot of people love to play with. You can also prestige his card because he's one of the inning bosses, which does make him a little bit better. He's a great fielder at shortstop, and he's a guy that you can ride with for the rest of the season if you want. He should be your leadoff or your eighth hitter. I just think there's a lot better options at shortstop. He also has no secondaries, which hurts some. Therefore, he's first on the honorable mentions list here. Next on the honorable mentions is Alberto Mondesi's Player of the Month card from September of this year. He wasn't like the main card, but he was one of the undercards. He's 98 overall. He's another switch hitter, right-handed throwing, has secondary position at second base and third base. The biggest reason Mondesi's on the honorable mentions here is he absolutely mashes left-handed pitching, and he's fast, 99 speed. I think everyone can agree that he has one of the glitchiest swings in the entire game. Good fielder. He's just a guy that you could have on your bench as a role player. I don't think he should be anybody starting shortstop at this point in time. It was just somebody that needed to be mentioned because of his glitchy swing. The vision at 53 just holds this card back too much. This is the part of the honorable mentions you get into that you could argue that these guys could be on the top 10 list, to be honest with you. I got the 99 overall finest Xander Bogaerts, the man from Aruba, and honestly, he doesn't get in there just because I think his fielding's a little bit too low for what he offers with the bat, but he does have great hitting attributes. He does have the 125 contact versus lefty, 112 power versus lefty with 95 vision. That's great. He could definitely be a guy that's on your bench. You could platoon him with some other guys possibly on this list, but I got Bogaerts coming in the honorable mentions here. Tim Anderson's another guy in the honorable mentions. He has max contact at 125 contact versus lefty, 125 power versus lefty with 92 vision. Better fielding than the Bogaerts we just went over, so he's a little bit slightly higher on the honorable mentions list. Can play second base and third base as well as a shortstop, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. Him and Bogaerts are essentially the same card. I think this Anderson slightly better in his attributes, therefore he's the last of the honorable mentions before we get into the top 10 list here. Number 10. In the 10 spot, I have the 99 overall Trevor Story from the Colorado Rockies. Right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, can play second base and third base, and essentially he's the same card as Bogaerts and Anderson we just went over. They're all kind of interchangeable. The reason I have Story at the 10 spot and those guys in the honorable mentions is Story is a better fielder. 90 fielding, 95 arm strength, 87 arm accuracy, 91 reaction with 85 speed. I think that just sets Story apart from the other guys. Again, another guy that absolutely mashes left-handed pitching with the 123 contact versus lefty, 120 power versus lefty, 78 vision. The vision is a little bit less than the other two guys, but his fielding makes up for that. He also doesn't hit righties as well as Bogaerts does. But either way, I got Story coming in at 10th on this list. You guys let me know if I should have Bogaerts or Anderson on the list. Or shoot, maybe you guys think I should have had Rollins or a different shortstop. Number 9. It looks like we're starting to see a theme here of shortstops that are right-handed hitters that mash left-handed pitching. And this 1991 MVP, 99 overall Cal Ripken Jr. at shortstop is the same type of player. He also hits righties at a 107 contact, 80 power versus righties. Against lefties, 123 contact, 105 power. He does have 114 vision, and he has 92 fielding, 96 arm strength, 92 arm accuracy, 84 reaction, 61 speed, and he has secondary at third base. The reason this Ripken's getting the bump out of the last three guys we just went over is they're all relatively the same card. Ripken has the best fielding out of the four guys. He has great vision, so at higher difficulties, he's not going to have that small PCI, and I personally like his swing the best out of those four players. This is a personal preference. I think any of these four guys are interchangeable because they're all kind of the same. They mash left-handed pitching. They hit right-handed pitching above average. I think Ripken with the better fielding and the better vision is what separates him from the other guys. Now, I would say that I prefer this card based on his fielding over his home run derby card. Now, his home run derby card, I didn't put in honorable mentions, just like I didn't put the finest 18 card for the third baseman of Jose Ramirez in the honorable mentions. Pretty much one player, one card, because you can't play both guys in the lineup. So how am I going to give you a list of top 10s with double the cards? I think this MVP card for me personally is a better card than his home run derby card. Maybe you guys disagree with that and think power over everything. I just think with Ripken, you're going to generate enough power versus righties that the upgrade in fielding here is just more important to me, because your shortstop needs to be one of the best fielders on your team, in my personal opinion. Number 8. In the 8th spot, I have the shortstop from the Toronto Blue Jays. It's his Topps Now card, rookie card, and he's right-handed batting, right-handed throwing, can play second base and third base as well, and it's Bo Bichette. And you're looking at his attributes for hitting: 110 contact versus righty, 105 contact versus lefty, 102 power versus righty, 100 power versus lefty, 100 vision. His fielding's above average with the 82 fielding, 80 arm strength, 83 arm accuracy, 83 reaction, 70 speed. The thing about this Bichette that I personally don't like about him is I don't like his swing, but I don't think that holds him back from being a great card. I just can't hit with his swing. I know a lot of people, especially when he first came out, that were absolutely raking with this card, guys that were hitting the bombs off of me. I think he's a great card, very well-rounded in his attributes. If he was a little bit faster, a little bit more fielding, he might be higher up on this list, but I got Bo Bichette coming in at number 8. Number 7. In the 7th spot, I have the Signature Series Hanley Ramirez from when he played with the Miami Marlins. He can also play first base, third base, and left field, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. And what I will say about this Ramirez, and kind of why he's getting a bump over the other guys I've already mentioned, is he's fast, and I do think he fields slightly above his attributes. He doesn't have the best arm in the world. He has a lot of flexibility position-wise, but the 91 speed is very important, and he has an absolutely glitchy swing. It seems like he just rakes, and I think a lot of people agree with that his swing is very glitchy. At the 108 contact versus righty, 112 contact versus lefty, 93 power versus righty, 94 power versus lefty with 92 vision, 100 discipline, 103 clutch. Those hitting attributes will more than suffice for somebody with Hanley Ramirez's quality of swing. In the field, 72 fielding, 79 arm strength. Isn't the best with the 78 reaction, but the 91 speed makes up for his range a little bit. Do I think he needs to have a better arm strength to be higher up on the list? Of course. I don't think that 79 arm strength is great for your shortstop, but Ramirez coming in at number 7 for me. Number 6. There's another shortstop that absolutely rakes and hits above his attributes. You're looking at the 1959 MVP for the Chicago Cubs, Ernie Banks, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting with secondary position of third base. He has 95 contact versus righty, 125 contact versus lefty, 114 power versus righty, 102 power versus lefty, 101 vision, 82 discipline, 125 clutch. In the field, he has above average fielding with the 84 fielding, 84 arm strength, 82 arm accuracy, 81 reaction with 53 speed. I would like him to be a little bit faster, but this Banks has a great swing, great power bat at shortstop. I think he's one of my favorite guys to play with every year. I do like a lot of these older guys. I think the older guys have better swings than some of the live series cards, to be honest with you, and Ernie Banks is one of those guys. Unfortunately, couldn't make it in the top 5 because, like I said, shortstop is probably the deepest position in the game when it comes to infielders, and there's just 5 guys ahead of him that absolutely rake, that he just can't compete with their attributes. Number 5. Starting off the top half of this top 10 list is the postseason Carlos Correa from this year. He's right-handed batting, right-handed throwing. He has secondary position at second base and third base. Looking at his hitting attributes, 116 contact versus righty, 115 contact versus lefty, 118 power versus righty, 84 power versus lefty with 90 vision, 95 discipline, 105 clutch. Those are great hitting attributes, great power guy. Against lefties, it's a little bit of a letdown. He doesn't match lefties a little bit better. I personally don't like his swing that much, but other people don't seem to have trouble hitting with him. Looking at his fielding attributes, he has 91 fielding, 97 arm strength, absolutely cannon over there, 90 arm accuracy, 85 reaction with 58 speed, has pretty decent range, has, like I said, an absolute cannon rifle, whatever you want to describe his arm as, which makes up for it. He is a guy that if you prefer his swing and you think he hits the ball very well for you, I don't think he's a bad option at third base. Do I think he's better than like the top 3 third baseman I went over yesterday? No, I don't. But if you really like Carlos Correa, you're a Houston Astros fan, and you're like, man, I need a third baseman, this is your guy. Absolute cannon over there. Number 4. If I was making a bias list, this guy would be my number 1. Pittsburgh Pirate, Hoeness Wagner. And he's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, but I got him at number 4 on the list because I make unbiased lists, and it's just based off of his attributes and how he plays within the game. His secondary positions are first base, second base, third base, and left field, so great utility guy. And you're looking at his hitting attributes: 116 contact versus righty, 125 contact versus lefty, 89 power versus righties, 90 power versus lefties, 118 vision, 79 discipline, 123 clutch. If you like to bunt cheese or you're a bunter, this guy has 99 across the board. Then his fielding's 90 fielding, 90 arm strength, 85 arm accuracy, 86 reaction with 95 speed, 98 stealing, 98 base running aggressiveness. So an absolute speed demon at shortstop. You match up him and Ty Cobb, you could have some absolute trouble to deal with at the beginning of the lineup. Go him lefty, righty, righty, lefty, whatever you want to do with him and Ty Cobb. I think you could cause some problems for teams, especially if you're a decent bunter and you want to go the bunt cheese route. These guys can cause havoc. Absolute speed demons. Honestly, this Wagner could maybe be a little bit higher on the list, but I have to take into consideration the meta in this game is not necessarily speed, it is power, and he just doesn't quite have the power as the 3 guys ahead of him, and he's not a switch hitter. Which, hint, hint, maybe the guys above him, one of them might be a switch hitter, one of them might not be, but we're looking at this Wagner, number 4, but honestly, he's going to see a lot of reps for me at shortstop in the rest of this game's life. Number 3. In the third spot, I have the shortstop from the postseason 2020 this year. He was actually the MVP of the World Series. Corey Seager can play second base and third base as well. He's left-handed batting, right-handed throwing. And honestly, why Seager's not number 1 on this list, because he's the best hitting shortstop in the game attribute-wise, if I'm being honest with you. The reason he's not number 1 on the list is his fielding's a little bit of a downgrade. He's only 47 speed. That's what's allowing the other 2 guys that are above him on this list to be above him. That's really the separating factor for me, is his defense. I do think you should play him in your lineup. I do think he should probably play third base for you, if I'm being 100% honest. I think he might be the best third baseman in the game, but I couldn't put him on the third baseman list because he's a shortstop naturally. So it's one of those things where I would play him at third base if you like his swing and you're not getting it done with other third basemen. Looking at his attributes, he's 118 contact versus righty, 120 contact versus lefty, 113 power versus righty, 122 power versus lefty with 103 vision, 85 discipline, 125 clutch. And then you're looking at 85 fielding, 70 arm strength, 85 arm accuracy, 90 reaction with 47 speed. Honestly, the Seager, like I said, mashes. Best hitting attributes for shortstops in the game, would play him at third base. I do think that he's probably the best third baseman in the game, if you ask my honest opinion. But his primary is not third base, so therefore he's third on the shortstop list. And maybe it's a little bit of a slight of him. You can let me know. You think his hitting's way too good. He's the best shortstop. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. I do think the other 2 guys I'm about to mention are better shortstops than this Seager, though. Number 2. The second guy on this list is the Show 18 Finest card, 99 overall, Francisco Lindor. He's a switch hitter, right-handed batting, secondary position of second base and third base. And you're looking at his attributes here. He's 85 contact versus righty, 125 contact versus lefty with 105 power versus righty, 100 power versus lefty with 92 vision, 82 discipline, 99 clutch. He has 99 max fielding. He's the best fielding shortstop in the game when it comes to just the glove work, with 81 arm strength, 83 arm accuracy, 92 reaction, 73 speed, 78 stealing, 70 base running aggressiveness. What I will say about this Lindor is his swing is absolutely beautiful. One of the best swings in the game, going to hit well above his attributes, and he's a switch hitter, so he's always going to have a good lefty-righty matchup, righty-lefty matchup. The fielding is undeniable. It seems like he gets to every single ball in the infield that a shortstop can get to. You could play him at second base as well, and he's going to get to make all of the plays. He's faster than the Seager is, like I said, better with the glove. And I do think he's going to give you as much offensive production as that Seager will, in my personal opinion. That's why I got him at number 2 on this list. Number 1. At the top of this list is the August Player of the Month, Fernando Tatis Jr. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, can play second base and third base. And honestly, Tatis has a great swing. He has great hitting attributes, great defensive attributes. He's hands down the 5-tool player you want in this game. The only downside of this card is his vision's only an 80. But you're looking at hitting attributes: 119 contact versus righty, 90 contact versus lefty with 125 max power against righty, 111 power versus lefty, 80 vision, as I've already mentioned, 92 discipline, 125 clutch. In the field, he has 90 fielding, 95 arm strength, 85 arm accuracy, 88 reaction with 84 speed, 81 stealing, and 90 base running aggressiveness. I don't know fielding-wise, especially for a guy that you can prestige, if you can get a better fielder all around other than Lindor. But Tatis's arm is so much stronger than Lindor's that when he does make that deep play in the hole, Tatis is probably going to throw the guy out where Lindor might allow the guy to be safe. Power-wise, his power is very close to the Seager's, and he's faster than both of them. Tatis Jr. is the 5-tool shortstop in this game. The only guy you could argue that is his 5-tool is him would be Wagner, as in Hoeness Wagner. But I got Wagner fourth on the list because I just think that Lindor switch hitting and Seager's power and hitting attributes overall are better than Wagner. But shortstop-wise, the two guys that will be getting time on my squad at shortstop for the rest of the year is Tatis Jr. and Hoeness Wagner and maybe Lindor. Lindor will probably get some time at second base. He might get some time at shortstop. And I'm going to play Seager. He's going to get a fair amount of time at third base. And that's really it. I think the top 4 guys are all guys that can be in your starting lineup, and there's no questions about it. Even Correa or Banks could be in your starting lineup. Shortstop was so deep this year. I got Tatis Jr. number 1. You guys let me know who you have as your best shortstop. Guys, that's going to wrap up this top 10 shortstops in MLB The Show 20. I do think this list will hold to MLB The Show 21. There might be a shortstop here or there that comes out. If they do, I will let you know if they make it onto the top 10 list and where they would be. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. You guys have a great day and be safe.